The more you want, the worse that you'll feel. So essentially, wanting is like a bucket. Imagine a bucket in your mind. And so if your bucket is really, really big, then the water in it will look like it's not very full. Like your bucket just won't look full because your bucket is really big. And wanting is your bucket. People have different sizes of wanting buckets. And the people who have the biggest wanting buckets, which means that they have the most things that they want, are the least satisfied. The reason for this is because wanting is associated with dopaminergic drive. Obviously, no neurotransmitter is just associated with one thing. That's too simplistic. But dopaminergic drive does make people feel unsatisfied. That's the whole reason why we do things, is because we have this state of wanting where we're like, ooh, I really want that. And it drives you towards doing that behavior and getting that thing from a state of discomfort. And so the more things you want, the more dissatisfied you'll feel, because that's the whole purpose of the mechanism. You need to feel dissatisfied in order to do things to get those things, right? We don't really, we act best based on discomfort. And so if you are someone that is constantly dissatisfied, it's probably because your wanting bucket is too big. You have too many things you're wanting, and your mind is seeing that it's only this full, and you haven't gotten the things you wanted. And it can be actually highly demoralizing if you exist in this state for too long. What you need is to shrink your wanting bucket, so want less things, and at the same time shift your mind to having. So all of us have things we have that we are glad that we have them, right? And the more you can shift your mind to having and recognizing oh, you know what? My house might be a mess, but this room is clean and this room is clean. That's cool, right? So it's almost, glass half empty, glass half full, right? But there's actually neuroscience to this. And so if we focus more on having, that kind of has a more serotonergic component, which typically makes people feel more satisfied. And so if you're constantly dissatisfied, this is something that you need to practice, because it's very much a focus issue. It's where you are focusing your mind. You are focusing your mind on too many wanting things, and at the same time, you're not focusing your mind on enough having things. And if you can shift this ratio, you can shift your internal state. It is not easy to do. It requires a lot of practice, but this is the practice that needs to happen in order to feel better.